Ellie Fantastic. The Ellie Fantastic. The Ellie Fantastic. Ellie the elephant enjoyed humming and beating to her favorite tunes while riding her small bicycle during her daily exercise routine. Suddenly, the batteries in her small music player went dead. Ellie pulled her bicycle over and lifted up her big ears to take out her small listening piece. Then she heard the live big band sounds of horns blaring, drums banging, and cymbals crashing. Ellie followed the big band sound with her big ears over to her school's practice field, where she saw her small chummy the hummingbird standing on the sideline among a group of musicians. "What's happening?" asked Ellie. "They're conducting tryouts for musicians who want They are conducting tryouts for musicians who want to be in the school marching band," said Chumi. "Are you going to try out for the band?" asked Ellie. "I'm not a musician because I can't hum a tune or keep a beat," said Chumi, pointing to his tin ears. Before the marching band tryout began, Ellie noticed all the musicians practicing their marching moves by high stepping their legs, pivoting their feet, and spinning instrument in their hands. Right on cue, the marching band director, Brahmi the Bull, climbed up on his pedestal, pitched toward over everyone on the sideline, and made his first announcement to the group. "All those wishing to try out for the brass section, please raise your hand," blared Brahim the, the bull through his bullhorn. Ali the elephant didn't have to raise her hand very high because he was the biggest kid. She towered over everyone on the sideline and was chosen by Brahim to be the first one to try out. "I don't know you were a brass player," said her small chummy. "Let's just say I have a lot of practice humming a tune," replied the Ellie. As Ellie stepped on the practice field, her big ears heard Cam the bighorn ram whisper, "They always make the biggest kid play the big tuba. Please pick up the big tuba and hum us a tune," directed Brahim. "I told you so," yammered Cam the bighorn ram from the sideline. Ellie looked at the director and pronounced, "I'm going to play all the small brass instruments." Ellie began her tryout by trumpeting the horn and sliding the trombone, and finally fingering the flute, all right on key. Elliot finished her tryout performance by tossing their flute high into the air and catching it just in time to hit the last note. Who would have thought the biggest kid could play all the small brass instruments, said her totally amazed Chimchuming. After all, the tryout for the brass section were over. The marching band director Brahmi made his second announcement to group. "All those wishing to try out for the percussion section, please raise your hand," blared Brahmi the bull through his bullhorn. This time, Ellie realized she was the biggest kid on the sideline and only had to raise her tongue slightly higher than everyone else's hand, and once again was chosen Ibrahim to be the first one to try out. I didn't know you were a percussion player, said her small chum Jimmy. Let's just say I have a lot of practice keeping a beat, replied Ellie. As Ellie stopped on the practice field, her big ear shaped the Hapcat whisper. They always make the biggest kid play the big bass drum. Please pick up the big brass drum and keep a beat, directed Bremy. I told you so. Sheep the Hapcat sat from the sideline. Ali looked at the director and pronounced, I am going to play a small percussion instrument. Ali began her tryout by rolling the tom-toms, cracking the snare drums, and finally crushing the cymbals, all right on beat. Ali finished her tryout performance by twirling the cymbals high over her head and crushing them just in time to hit the last beat. Who would have thought the biggest kid could play all the small percussion instruments? Said a totally astonished small chimchimi. After all the tryout for the percussion section were over, the marching band director, Brahmi the Bull, got on his bullhorn and made one last announcement to the group. All those in favor of adding Ellie the elephant to the school's marching band, please raise your hand, blared Brahmi the Bull through his bullhorn. It's unanimous decision, cheered her chumchummy. I always thought you were just a music listener because I always see you with your small music player and earpiece. I never would have imagined you were a fantastic big time player. Tell us how you can play so many different small instruments, said the group. Not only do I have an ear for music, but I also have the biggest ears, said the virtuoso Ali the Fantastic Elephant. Thank you.